Well, g'day everyone, how's everyone going? Well, we got a new project. We went and sold the dolly trailer. We used to take Tanya's car behind the bus, and we went and bought a enclosed trailer, which I'll show you now. There she is. Bought that today. Got a bit to do to it. There's a bit of surface rust on it, but I'll clean it up, and I cleaned all the surface rust up in the guard, and I replaced all the wheel bearings on it. I want to do that as well. And I'll change the back door and cut these hinges off, put the hinges along the bottom so it folds down like a ramp. Yeah, so we picked this up today and it'd be good. I'm just going to take the wheels off shortly, one wheel off, and see what sort of bearings in it. Buy a new bearing. I bought a new jockey wheel for it already. It's registered for 6 months. Yeah, it's going to work out good little trailer, just somewhere to carry the stuff that's in the bus now. What we carry in the bus, I can actually get it out of the bus and put it in the trailer. That's the main purpose of it. And I'll show you the inside. You look at the inside of it. There's the inside. Got these bars going along here, so I'm going to put a shelf up the front. The down along the freezer will sit along there and the bottom. The shelf will be above it with stuff on it. Hang all my cords up. Put a couple of holders there and put my rods up there. Clip them in the roof. The rod holders. And in Tanya's chair, I'll just sit on this at the end at night. When we camp somewhere, we can bring the chair around, put it in here. I know it's secure. And just lock the door. I'm going to run some power from the bus to this so I can run my freezer. And up in here I'm going to go to Bunnings and buy vents. Cut a square and the vents to pop everything in. I'm going to put one in each corner. One in each corner so to keep it cool in there. Yeah, it looks alright. It's got a wooden floor, which I wasn't fussed on a wooden floor, but I'll leave for now. It's going to stay wooden. But down the track I'm actually going to pull that out and replace it with steel. Replace it with a steel floor. All the sides are aluminium. Yeah, I'll replace it with a steel floor. And just paint the guards up, paint it all up. It's going to look good. I'm actually going to pull the tyre off in a minute, see what sort of bearings on it. And then I'll shut this door again, so I can go and get some bearings for it. I'm going to put a timber on this back door, so that'll be the ramp. So I'm just going to screw a timber on the back door, so it can be a ramp. Oh, I got a couple of the lights work, but I have to extend this wire. The wire down here is not long enough. It's not long enough for my to go into the car or leaving the bus, so I have to extend that wire, which is not going to be too bad. Yeah, but it's alright. It's going to work out good. It's an old one. It's an old 1988 model. Bugger all rust underneath it, but it's nice and clean. So that's my new project I'll be doing in the next couple of days or next week. And I've got a big trip coming up next weekend, going down to Bermagui on the bike. Go for a ride down there, see Milton and Kayla. Take you along with me, I suppose I will. Anyway, I'll catch you later. I'll show you when I take the wheel off underneath it, actually. I'm going to take the wheel off now. I won't show you taking the wheel off, but I'll take it off now and I'll give you a look underneath it. Yeah, well, I've got the tyre off. There you can see it's a bit surface rust, a lot of surface rust on the axle. I'll get some rust cool, hit it with a bit of rust cool first and then just paint it. Should be right. The springs are not too bad. They're not that rusty, they look alright. I'll do the same with those. Probably change them springs later on down the track. Put a set of, they actually can't buy them springs like that anymore. I had to look online. I had to put super springs on it, but that's easy to do. I can do that myself. And I'll do all that. That's it. Bugger all grease in the bearings. Hardly any grease in it whatsoever. You can see the cap. That should be full of grease. None in it. So I'm glad I pulled it off, and I'll just keep these bearings as spares, and I'll buy a set of new ones, buy some grease, and make sure I grease it up good. Now I'll keep doing it. Actually, I'll just pull this off. That's the bearing. Looks like Holden to me. Looks like Holden wheel bearing. A bit of greasing in there. Pretty dirty looking grease, but that should be this. I don't know if they're Holden what they are, but anyway, I'll pull them out and then I'll have a look at them and see if they're Holden or Ford. Look like they're Holden to me. Anyway, I'll do that now. Hello. I'll show you how I change bearings in trailers and give you an idea. Someone might want to do it and do it themselves. Undo the no, too tight for that. Pretty tight. Oh, that one's tight. Oh shit. Here it goes. That one's real tight. I'll just get part over Tobias and check her up. The bearings don't seem that bad in it, but I don't know when they were done last, so that's the only reason I'm doing them. I prefer to be safe than sorry. Get along the road and do a bearing, and then you really will be not happy. Sitting on the side of the road with a broken bearing, you can't fix it. Alright, one thing you need when you do it is plenty of rags. You need plenty of rags. You take your cap off, and then just take the cap off like that. Sit to the side, grab the rag. Supposed to have circlips in here, but all I got in here looks like bits of wire. Bits of wire belted over. It's been squashed. But I've done that years and years ago. Use a nail, belt the end over on it. I've done it years ago, I don't do it no more. Look at this wires. Bits of wire, saw's holding it on. Hope you can see me alright there. Tilt this up a bit. That looks alright. I got that off. Take the wire off. Grab your shifter. Undo your nut. Oh, this nut's a bit. There you go on this side. I have to clean that thread up by the looks of it. It's not too bad. Now you grab your bit of rag, set a bit of rag down. And you slide the whole lot off. There you go. Whole lot's off, and then in here you got your, I noticed they got 2 washers on this one. And there's your outer bearing. That's why you want plenty of rag, because it gets greasy. I'll grab another rag and I'll usually wipe all the grease off it. Bit of paint pooling off there, I'll get rid of that too. I'm going to clean all under here and put some rust converter and all that, clean all this up later. But at the moment I'm just going to put these on it. Here's you got your, now I'll turn you around. You got your hub there. It's got a water and dust seal in here which you have to get out. Sometimes they're hard to get out, so what I usually do, get my screwdriver, or where's my way? Oh, it's over there. Anyway, get the screwdriver, or you can use a punch. I get it on the inner bearings just there. There's an inner bearing just there. I'll get it on that lip. Don't know if you can see it or not. Get it on that lip. Get my hammer. And just pop it out. Dust seal comes out. I've got a new one of those to go in. I'll keep cleaning these up. Put them in a container with grease and just keep them for spares. If I do a bearing on the road, I can jack it up, take the tire off, swap my bearing out. 5 minutes. Don't take long to swap the bearings out. And then you got your hub. It's got two your bearing, what do they call them, bearing runs or something in there. You have to punch them out with a punch, and I'll show you how to do that. And I'm not a mechanic, this is how I do it. I've been doing it, always do it myself. And this is how I do it. So what I'll do, I'll take you over here and you get the punch. Grab some rag. You're going to clean a bit of the grease out of it so you can see inside the hub when you get your punch. You want plenty of rag, because that grease seems to get everywhere. Everywhere you don't want it seems to get. So you just clean that out best you can, get as much of the grease out as you can. You want plenty of rag. I might have to go get some hand towel to make sure this is nice and cleaned out. Get rid of all the old grease, any dirt or anything in there. But I punch these 2 things out, and I'll show you how to do that. I'll just wipe my hands and I'll take yours over here. Clean my hands off so I can pick the camera up. Take this rag, take the hammer, hammer, hub, I've got the camera. Go over here, just inside the shed here. I'll set you up to see. Move you back a bit. So what you want to do, you got the thing there. Actually, I might do it out here, but it's a bit dark in here. You might be able to see me properly. I'll do it on the edge of the concrete just here. Might have to move it down a bit more. Yeah, so I'll sit my rag down there. You got the run in there like that. You can see it in here. Hope you can see that. You get your punch just on the edge of it. What I usually do, boost it goes for a little way before you have to worry about anything else. I usually flip it over, get my punch on the edge of it, like that. Just work away, one side to the other side. Until it goes down. Have a look. See how it's moving? It's starting to come out. You see a gap in there. one side to the other side. So now it's all the way to the edge, to that edge. I hold it up like that. I get my punch on it like this, the end of it, just like that there. Hope you can see that. Just on the edge of it there, I get the punch. Then punch it there a bit. Then I'll turn it around. Right. Turn it around a bit more. There you go. That's the inner one out. That's the inner one. And I'll do the same with the outer one. Put it down, find the same sort of lip. Melt way across from each side. Till I get it all the way down flush. This one's nearly out as it is. There you go, it fell out. That's them two punched out. So I'll keep them. They'll go in my spare box just in case. Move that. Now I'll grab this rag. Actually, I'll turn you off and I'm going to go get some hand towel and really clean it up. Clean up real good. What you could do, you could use carby cleaner in there and clean it all out nice and neat. And that, I don't do that. All I do is get some rags. I just use these cloths. Wipe the grease out, get all the old grease out of it. Make sure you clean it all up nice, pretty good inside. You don't want it too dirty. Just get all the old grease out mainly. And then like that. Go a bit more in there. As I said, I'm not a mechanic, just this way I do it. Grab my new bearings. And these are the new bearings I'm using. They just went down and got them from Super Cheap. It's got LM's written on the number on the bearing, and the kit says it's to suit a LM Holden. So that's what I use. The circlip in them seems to be too short, so I had to get different circlips. Now, put them in. Don't want that yet. Leave the bearings aside. You grab your first, this is the outer race, I suppose they call them. When you put it in, you have to have the skinny side, not the thick side, the skinny side facing outways. If you don't do that, you won't get your bearing in there. So you have the skinny side facing out. So the hub goes on like that, and that's the outside, that's the inside, so you have the skinny side on the outside. I just put it in there like that, on top of here. What I do, I just go around with the hammer, just tap it in. You could use a big socket if you want the same sizing, but I don't do that. As long as you don't scratch up the inside of that bearing. I just use a punch. I get the punch, put it on the outside like that. Just knock it in like that. Like that. You'll hear notice the difference in the noise. When you hit it in, it'll go, it's a real tingy noise. Real solid sort of noise. Double check, look inside to make sure it's all seated all the way down. Which it looks like it is. But I'll make sure. That's it. It's easy. Now, that's the outer race. I suppose they call it a race. On the inner race, this is the inner one. You want the skinny side, your skinny side facing inwards. So that's the outside where your bill bolt's on. That's the inside. So you want the skinny side facing inwards. So you turn it over and make sure you got the skinny side facing the. If you turn it over like that, the skinny side has to be facing up. If you turn it that way, skinny side has to be facing up. If you don't, you have to have trouble trying to get them back out again, to swap them around. I do the same. Just go like that. Get it down so it's flush. That one's got a bit of crap on there, but that won't matter. Now I get my punch, put it on there. Can use a big socket if you want to, if you got one, but I don't think I'll have a socket that big. Some people say you can use the old bearing, but then how are you going to punch get the old bearing out? That's why I don't do it that way. They say cut the bearing in half, cut it in a slot in it, and then put it in so you can get it out easy. I just do it this way. It's a bit hard to do, but the outer bearing's a bit harder than the inner bearing, but it can be done.
See you, Lynn.
See you later, Julie.
It's like fun. Wash your finger. Fun.
Still got more to go yet.
So what are you doing?
Putting the bearings in the.
Bearing. Okay.
Yeah. This is the outer bearing, or the race, I think they call them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
My punch is not the best.
Okay. Cool. Tan's right. She's got. I'll just pack her again.
Hold it with my foot now. Hold it with my foot to make it more stable.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see ya. Suppose you could put it in a vise if you really wanted to. Get there now. Nearly there. Yeah, almost there. Couple more. You can hear it change. There you go. Done. Double check, look inside it, see if you can see any gaps around it. See any gaps, you go a couple more just to make sure. Or if you're not really sure, done.
I always forget something. Must be meat pies in the freezer.
Alright, I'll take you back over here and show you what I do now. Do I need the hammer again? Don't think so. I'll take the hammer with me anyway. Take you over there. Just there. Grab the hub. Now, what I do now is I grab the hub, give it another clean because you've been belting it with the hammer. Just make sure you get no dirt or filings or anything in there like that. Usually, you clean it out with carby cleaner or whatever if you want, but I don't. I just clean it out best I can and it looks alright to me. Set that aside. Now grab your grease. You do the inner bearing first. So the inner bearing's the big one. The little one's the outer bearing. So that goes in there. That's why you have to have that around that way so that sits flush. There, so what you do, grab that bearing first. Grab some grease. put it in the palm of your hand. I should have cleaned my hands up a bit, but anyway, I should have cleaned all the dirt off my hands first. It's not much on there, but I'll just clean my fingers and that. It's not going to hurt it. Okay, grab the bearing. Oh, the inner bearing first. I grab it like that, and then Jesus, camera. And I'll grab it like that, and I'll go like this. Now turn it. That forces it in. You push, you're doing that gap there, forcing it into the bearing on your hand. A lot of people use gloves. I never have. There you go, it's forcing it in. It's coming out through the top. All right, and you can see it coming through the top there. Okay, going around. You have to use a bit more. Grab a bit more and put it in your hand. Do the same till you get it all out through the top. It's a messy job, but then once you do that, you've got the bearing that's all through the top. Now it is now. I'll usually grab a bit on my finger, smear it around inside the hub. Inside the hub like that. Drop my bearing in. Make sure it's straight. Grab one of these cloths and wipe your hands. Because you'll do it again in a minute anyway, but for now that'll do. Then you grab your seal. That's a seal, the inner seal that goes for your dust seal, your water seal, whatever you want to call it. And I just put that in there like that. Do the same. Tap it in until it's flush. Leave it. That side's done. Turn it over. Make sure it's clean, which it is. Grab your outer bearing. Grab a heap of grease and put it in your palm of your hand again. Grab the bearing with the big end there, the little tiny holes there, and the big sides there, the big hole. And it's starting to rain. Keep going until you get it out. Spin your bearing around a bit. Spin the bearing around a bit more. Spin the bearing around a bit more. Can't believe it's starting to rain. Do the same with them. See, that's all done. It'll all come out the top. Might get this done before it gets too wet. Put a heap of grease in there. Grease gets everywhere. That's why I said you need plenty of rags and cloths. And now that bearing's done in there. What I'll do, I'll get that off there like that. Make sure I put some grease inside there. I like putting heaps of grease in it. You don't want to overpack it, but just a fair bit. You get grease everywhere. I prefer to have more grease and not enough grease. Wipe all my hands off. Now you got these two washers. These two washers are in there. On there, you clean them up. There's one. I don't know why it had two, but I'm going to put them, whatever comes off there, I'll put back on there. Two washers. Move the grease out of the road for a minute. Grab your hub. When you push your hub on, this outer bearing will want to come out. So you hold your fingers on like that. Line it up. Push it on. Grab your two washers. Got the two washers on there. Like that. You'll get a bit of grease coming out when you push it on. Clean up the nut that was on there. I didn't clean the thread off, but it should be alright. It should go back on. Put your nut on. Make sure you got no dirt on your shifter and that when you go to do it up. That's pretty tight on this one, but she'll go on. You don't want to over tighten your nuts. Your nut on there. You just keep going until it gets. This side's going to be a bit hard for me to tell because the nut's not the best. See, it's still got movement in it. See, the movement's going out of it now. So as you go, see now it's too tight because you can't, it's hard to turn the, you see it, you can feel it's hard to turn. So if it's hard to turn, I'll go a bit more and I'll show you. See, I've got a job to turn that now. So what you do, you back it off. Grab your split pin. I should have seen where the hole was first, but the hole's just there, so it's right there. So instead of tightening it up and going to that hole, I will go back a bit further. Hole's there somewhere. Oh, where is it? I should have seen where it was when I took it out. Oh. I don't know whether to go tighten or loosen it. Let's see where that hole is. Oh no, that hole's there. I'll leave it right where it is. But that split pin's no good. The split pin I've got in the kit are too not long enough. I'll just grab a split pin. Yeah, got a split pin. These ones are probably not quite thick enough, but they'll do. It'll stop them from coming undone still. Go in there. Don't want to go in there. Been stubborn. Oh, something wrong with that hole. Probably why that nut was hard to get on. Off and on. There might be something in that hole. Alright, there it goes. It went in. Yeah. Oh, it's around the wrong way, but I wonder if I can turn it. Oh, yeah, turn it. Wipe my hands again. What I usually do, I'll check them the first time I use the trailer. So I use it and goes anywhere. The next couple of before I take it the next time, I'll just jack it up, spin the wheels and check to see if there's any play. See, there's no play at the moment. You can't feel any, but you want to check them again. When you get your cap, don't put too much grease in your cap. You just want about that much, only want a little bit. About that much, because when your nut goes on there, it won't go on, the cap won't go on properly. cap on. Wipe the grease off the outside. And there you go, that's how you change your bearings on your trailer. That's how I do it anyway. I'm not a mechanic, but I'll try everything. Try and do everything myself. I grew up in a little town, so we didn't have anywhere you could really do it. So you had to learn how to do it yourself. Anyway, that's put bearings in your trailer. I'll catch you on the next videos. I'll see you then, and that's probably be working on this thing again in the next couple of days. I've got a big trip next weekend, so you'll come with me on that too. Next weekend I've got a big trip, so I'll see you then. Bye for now.